Hi guys, this is Joe again. Hope you're all doing good. I want to talk about the topic fear today. In my journey, I have come to realize that one of the major reasons why I do not I fail to succeed in certain areas, or the reason why I sometimes don't succeed in certain areas is because of fear. We were only born with two fears. Fear number one is the fear of falling, which is to protect us from hurting ourselves, from dying. And fear number two that we were born with, or that is inborn, is the fear of sound. Like if it gets too loud, that will protect us, like from wild animals, from objects that are about to fall on us, and that kind of stuff. Those are the only two kinds of fears we were born with. All other kinds of fears, we learned them from our parents, from our environment, from other people. So that's just how deceptive fear is. And what I've come to learn is that we should always act in spite of our fears if you want to succeed. And I'm not talking about taking unnecessary risk. I'm not talking about just going ahead without deliberating, without planning, without checking out what kinds of risks exist. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about calculated risks, because we will never be 100% sure of anything. Anyone who's ever been successful in any kind of area acted in spite of fear. They did not know everything ahead. They did not know 100% what was going to be on their way as they take that path. So we should always act in spite of fear. The difference between successful people and people who are less successful or who are not successful is that the successful people act in spite of fear. And there's all kinds of fears. Sometimes we fear what people are going to think about us. We fear that we're going to fail. Some of us even fear to succeed because we think like, oh well, if I'm successful, there'll be more that will be demanded of me. A lot of people will want more from me. Some people will probably misuse me or take advantage of me. And so out of this fear, we sort of hold back. And so we enter into like a self-sabotage mode, or we procrastinate. But if you want to avoid all that, is we should develop the habit of acting in spite of fear. And one of my favorite motivational speakers, his name was Jim Rohn, the late Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn said that if you want to know just how risky life is, just consider the fact that no one comes out of this life alive. We are all gonna die someday. That's just how risky life is. So there's always some level of risk in life. And if you want to achieve anything, you have to act in spite of fear. You just have to accept that risk is a part of our life. You have to accept the fact that we might even fail. But that's part of the learning process, because the path towards success is not a straight line. Sometimes you might fall, but then once you fall, you autocorrect. You don't doubt the goal. You just autocorrect. Okay, I took this path, and I hit the wall, so I have to change my path towards my goal. Don't hit the wall and then say, well, probably my goal was wrong. Act in spite of fear. In every aspect of life, and I'm not just talking about financial success. I'm talking about any kind of success. If we are bound by fear, we will never move from the point we are, and if we don't move, we'll never get to the goal. So act in spite of fear.